On this episode of Slippery Tropes, Will and Nate discuss organized education and a breakout session with Levi. Enjoy!
Hello. We're back.
We're back.
We're finally back. We're going to get over that 3-episode hump.
We got back.
First thing we should do is tell everybody to follow us on Instagram.
Yes, please. Please.
We have a website on Transistor Radio FM.
I'll pay you $1.
To our 68 listeners. High five.
We have 68 listeners?
68 people downloaded the last episode.
Holy
It
moly.
sounded clean, baby.
Sweet.
Thank you to all the listeners.
Thank you.
Follow, like, subscribe, share, comments. All that stuff helps algorithm.
Much love, baby.
Much love. Thank you, people.
You were the New York City mayor in Newsies. With,
Nobody cares about that. Nobody
I
listens to
do.
that.
I care.
I was the mayor.
Yeah. Do you know the name of the mayor that you were at that time?
I saw a picture of him and I know, honestly. It's like I don't know. He got busted for corruption, and all that jazz.
Oh, what? A politician
They all
busted
do.
for corruption?
Well, he was part of the Tammany Hall.
Get out of here with that blasphemy saying politicians busted for corruption.
Word. I can't believe we're recording right now. This took so much time.
So long. It's been so long.
What are we talking about today?
I don't know. I was
My mind kind of went blank.
hand jobs, blow jobs. I don't know. Whatever. Jobs.
I'm not going to edit that out. Watch.
I don't expect you to.
Don't be putting your leg behind your head and all that.
Hey, I can't even flex that way, man. I'm 40. I can't do that shit. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, you're in that Taibo.
Jiu-jitsu.
Jiu-jitsu. Sorry.
Brazilian jiu-jitsu.
They're easy to mix up.
P90X. Beach body.
Today we are talking about organized education.
Oh, is that what we're talking about today? Organized education?
Well, at first I said public education, but then I didn't want to leave other people out because there's a lot more other types of education. I started looking a little deeper, which you should all do. I should recommend anything you're interested in, anything you want to try to act like you know something about, dig a little bit. Don't be just trying to run out in the street. I know about this. No.
Get your shovels out.
Yes. Do the work.
Do a little digging.
Put the work in.
Put the time in.
At least present it well, even if you're just blowing smoke. Do your hair. Put on a dress.
Or suit.
3-piece suit.
Put on them day suits.
Put on your wingtips and your, what do people wear?
Penny loafers.
Yeah. Put on your Will Smith Fresh Prince of Bel-Air jacket. I've always wanted one of those.
Your Air Force Ones.
The private school jacket that he had.
Oh, yeah.
The one he turned inside
Oh,
out.
turned
That was an
inside out?
awesome jacket,
Yeah.
dude. They actually sell them on eBay, but they're like hundreds of dollars.
Oh, I'm sure.
Anybody who's gracious out there and you love me, just buy me one of those for Christmas.
He's the size extra tall.
They don't make clothing my size. Okay, so organized education. We're going to have a breakout segment at some point with my son Levi because he goes to school. So we thought that'd be good to get a perspective from a child who attends.
A breakout education.
But we're also going to be talking about homeschooling. We're going to be talking about the history of organized public education and all those little tidbits.
And Elon Musk's dismantling of the Department of Education.
Is he the one in charge of it?
He's a Doge.
I haven't been following that. They're going to do it?
Oh, yeah, he's Doging it. He's taking apart the Department of Education as we speak.
Dingleberries on great electors? Is that what Doge stands for?
I have no idea. I think his X handle is like Harry Balls or something like that.
His
like,
ex? What do you mean his ex?
Twitter.
Oh, I thought you meant like his ex-girlfriend.
X, formerly known as Twitter. I think his handle's like Harry Balls or something. So I'm like, great. We got Harry Balls and grab her by the pussy.
The side piece guy, the guy that like rolls with him. They go cruising, that guy?
No, Elon Musk.
The Harry Balls guy is a guy. It's a dude. It's like his name. It's like his nickname.
I'm pretty sure Elon Musk Twitter, formerly known as X, formerly known as Twitter handle, is Harry Balls.
Oh, it's his? I
Yes.
thought it was one of his little homies.
No, I'm pretty sure it's his.
Oh, shoot.
That's what I'm saying, dude. They got
Well, this is a public education day for me today because I know nothing about that.
two top people in the United States are Harry Balls and grab him by the pussy.
You're all out. Your Harry Balls are all out right now. Put them on the table. Let them see it. Come on.
I'm gonna need a car jack to get them up.
Dang.
They're on the ground right now.
So when I played Elf, this is a little side note. You had to wear those like tight pants,
Whoa.
and they were like, "Hey, you need to put that away." They were like, "You need to put that away. You need to strap it down." So they bought me some special underwears, And one of the dudes backstage,
Compression shorts?
yes, this dude backstage, he was like, "It's okay, man. I know what it's like. I got large nuts." I was like, "Dang." I wasn't even trying to share nothing with the group, but he was like, "I got a big sack." Like, all right, that's cool.
Yeah, good.
That's great.
Good. Thanks for that information. Cool story, Glenn.
I feel enlightened.
Yeah, no, those are some tight Lululemons.
What does the Office of Education even do? Do you know?
The Department of Education?
Oh, yeah, the place where they do stuff about education. What do they even do?
I think who was it that put the Department of Education into
It was the dude who died. It was that president who
Jimmy
died.
Carter.
Jimmy Carter, yeah.
Yeah, he put it in, and I think it was to like,
No Child Left Behind and all that jazz.
who did that? I don't think he did that. I think that was someone else. I think that was the Bushes.
It was some sort of oversight burrito package.
Yeah, it was something just to give some people some jobs.
See, the very fact that we don't know
is a bad idea. Yeah.
the very fact that they have so many like offices and things that we don't even know what they do, like, because we had it, we had schools before. We had the Office of Education.
It's true.
We had the PTA, right? The Parent Teachers Association. I don't know if they have anything to do.
I don't know when
We
that
had
started.
districts. So like, why do they feel anybody who wants to leave a comment to enlighten us, educate us on that, feel free.
And if you're an educator, that's even better. So I think most recently, like, Department of Education was servicing student loans for colleges and stuff like that. But I mean,
So they took it out of the hands of banks. Then.
dude, the student loan thing is such a scam.
What a
dude.
mess. I think all credit based systems, loans and all that, I think it's
Holy moly.
insurance, just throw it all out.
It's crazy.
Okay, Will, did you go to a public school?
I did. You know, I went to a public school.
Well, just for the one that we went to together, but I don't know what you did before that.
Oh, yeah, I went to public school.
You could have got raised by wolves. Who knows?
If I was raised by wolves, I'd probably still be living with the wolves.
Well, not if they sent you to high school.
Dude, did you hear that they brought back the dire wolf?
Yes, they did.
What the fuck? Okay.
Do you think that those people were publicly educated or privately educated?
I don't know, but apparently we didn't learn anything from Jurassic Park. Like, let's just make this vicious killer, like, apex predator.
It'll tip the scales for
Oh,
sure.
yeah. Well, I mean, wolves are already an apex predator, right? Like, they already kill basically anything. And let's just, like, double it in size and then release it out into the wild. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Why are we doing this?
Well, I mean, we're at fault for making some animals and species extinct, and so now we think it's maybe wise to bring them back. Like, I think we're guilty of messing with nature on a whole, like in general.
Yeah.
It's just a broad scale thing.
I'm not going to argue with you on that. Like, but the dire wolf was like 10,000 years ago or something like that. I was like, yeah, let's just bring back the saber-toothed tiger too. Or
I heard that's the plan. I heard.
Yes, no, I'm out. Like, you know what, Elon, get us to Mars quickly so I can get away from.
They're also going to bring back Richard Simmons and who was the guy that played Pee Wee
Paul
Herman?
Rubens.
Yeah, they're going to bring back both of those dudes too, I heard.
Man,
all the same day.
Saber-toothed tiger, Richard Simmons, and Paul Rubens.
They're going to blend them together. That's their next project. We're spending millions of tax dollars. That's why they have to shut down the department.
That's right. That's why they had to doge it.
That's why, so they could save money for those types of things. Important stuff like renaming gulfs and moons and stuff.
That makes sense.
Not moons, mountains. Sorry.
They're renaming mountains now too.
Yeah. What's that one car named
Cadillac Mountain?
No.
Tesla.
Close. No, that's not it.
Stupid ass Cybertruck.
Yes, that's it.
Sweet. Yes, I knew to get it.
Okay, so public schools, organized.
Yeah. I went to a public school.
Homeschool people. You went to public school the whole time. What's your general impression of public schools? Do you think they're good?
I mean, yeah, I would say so. I feel like I had a decent education. Hell no.
Smart.
So you know what? In retrospect, no, public education sucks.
Why? Well, why do you think it sucks? Just because you had a bad experience, or do you think now as an adult looking back, like you see some deficiencies?
Well, I think it's kind of weird. Like things have changed now, like kind of a lot. You know. Well, yeah, COVID's part of it, but even before that, they implemented that in the Porterville School District, the pathways.
Dude, I'm jealous of that.
It's kind of interesting.
I'm jealous.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about it. Because my kids are too young for it yet, but
yeah,
I kind of feel like they should get a general education and then. Well,
they still do.
But like they have to choose this pathway before their brain is even fully developed.
Yeah. Well, that's why you're supposed to give them guidance. Yeah. But I mean, you're right. But in a perfect situation, I guess you could call it, they, if they're on top of their game and are very focused, which kids are not usually, they can have the possibility of knocking out some college stuff, which college costs a lot of money. So, I mean,
hell yeah, it
but
does.
you're right. But they still get the general ed in between there. It's just some of the curriculum caters towards their career, but who knows what they're going to really do once. I see your angle on that. I
think it's a lot of pressure to put on like a.
But you don't have to pick. You could just go to your district school too.
Okay, I see. Okay, see, that's where I'm.
It's not a requirement.
And you
it's an optional thing.
Choose as you go through.
Yeah.
Well,
it kind of frees you up to go whatever school you want. Which in some cases, like if there's bullying or like say you have your parents are not living together. Stuff like that, they can go to a different school and out of.
Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, I didn't. When I first heard about it, I was like, man, like, why are you trying to pigeonhole?
You feel like you had to make the decision for your kids or something?
But I'm like, dude, like, the human brain is not fully developed until like age 25, right? And I feel like even with like young men, that's probably even higher, like 28. Like, I didn't feel like I was mature at 25 years old. Like, I don't feel like I'm mature now. Are you kidding me?
But choosing their gender during that age is a brilliant idea.
Yeah. Let's just let them do that.
Hey, what do you want to do for a living? Are you a bear or a Lego piece?
My favorite cat thing. I'm just like, you got to be kidding me! Like, but I mean, to be fair, if like reincarnation's real, I'd like to die and come back as a cat because man, they got it easy. Like they sleep all damn day. Like,
they do.
They get all the loves. Like.
So do cows. So do the cows that aren't going for slaughter, like the grazing cows.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's true. But I mean, they still have a pretty good life. Think about that though. The population. Getting back to wolves.
I would be a turtle. I would be a sea turtle.
Sea turtle
in Jamaica, boy.
Why don't you be a cat in Jamaica?
I don't know how cats do in Jamaica.
I don't know.
Traveling is very educational. And who knows how the heck schools in other countries work?
There's a lot of cats in Greece. Speaking of traveling and cats,
we'll learn more about cats later. Okay. Maybe we'll make an episode out of it. Back to organized.
What about
education.
You? Public education the whole time?
I went to. By the time I got to high school, I had been to a different school for every grade. So we moved around a lot, and literally, like for kindergarten, it was one school. First grade, it was another school. Sometimes in a different city. Sometimes it was in the middle of the year, so I had to take my next grade in summer school. And then finally, when I got to junior high school, that's when it started to settle down and I went to the same school. But before that, it was a new group of kids every year. So it was kind of an adventure.
That's pretty wild, man. I don't know if I could handle that. That would make me like super anxious.
I was always a new kid.
Dude, that's crazy.
So if I really wanted to learn, then I had to latch onto it. Like I had to pursue it, because some kids I don't think would thrive in that kind of environment because it's very unfamiliar, right. Like you don't fit in, whatever. But I still graduated on time.
There you go. I feel like not a lot of kids can say that then, and probably even more so now, which is weird. Like it's a funny thing. Like you think about when kids graduate high school, I'm like, I don't feel like it was that hard to complete high school.
Right? I screwed off a little bit. I did because I hurt my leg during like midterms or finals or something like that. And so and then I got tonsillitis or whatever, tonsillectomy. And so I missed my tests and the teachers were like, well, you could do some makeup work or whatever. And so I kind of like dodged that too, went around it and made it work. I still graduated, Lord knows.
Yeah, I feel like you have to put in more work to not graduate than you do to graduate at this point. Like,
yeah, COVID was like a big fat enema. It was an enema to the school system. And now teachers are up in it and kids are just like not aware of themselves because they don't know what it's like to look people in the eye anymore.
That's also weird.
I would hate to be a kid nowadays. I would hate to be a kid. I would not want to be one. What about private school?
Good luck,
what do you think about private school? we got St. Anne's, right? We got St. Anne's as a local private school. Is that the only one?
Well, what is Burton? Is that like a charter school? Or is that
no? That's a regular school.
Public school?
What is a charter? Gosh, we didn't do enough research on this at all. Is a charter school like a new school? I think it's just a new school that someone started.
I think that's it. I could be wrong, but.
And then there's academies, right? We have the military
academy. Yeah.
Harmony, is Harmony a charter school or it's an academy? Harmony Magnet Academy. Did you know that Harmony was actually around before Strathmore High School? There was an original Harmony school. And the arch to that first school is still out there. It's probably like 5 miles away from where Harmony is now, but Harmony was before Strathmore High School. And there's like a historical marker and stuff too. I went out there to see it the other day. It was pretty rad. The whole building burned down, but just the arch.
I don't know if you noticed, but I'm trying not to say interesting as much this pod.
Did you tag that?
I did.
Isn't it weird listening to yourself?
I said interesting quite a lot. Oh yeah, dude.
I caught that. Yeah, you're right. All right. So how did schools even start? Because we haven't always had schools for all of like.
I don't know. Google it. I don't know.
Religion.
I feel like schools probably started when like the most knowledgeable person in a village found like the most capable child and like took them under their wing. No? You don't think education in general started that way?
Because of religion. So back like in 1600s, back in Europe and stuff, after we got out of some of the intense like wars, Napoleonic wars and stuff, before then, so there was a lot of orphans and a lot of parents just like ditching their kids when you send them off to boarding school and stuff, and the nuns and all that. They wanted the kids to be able to read the Bible, so that's where education started. They wanted people to be able to read the Bible on their own, and of course the parents couldn't educate them.
The parents weren't educated
because they were just trying to survive. Right? Yeah, exactly. Organized education from ancient civilizations to modern schools has a rich history marked by the evolution of teaching methods, access, and funding. Early forms of education were primarily focused on practical skills and religious instruction, gradually expanding to encompass broader academic subjects and specialized learning.
Right. Well, that's kind of like the point that I'm trying to make is that I think that like before that religion was really a big focus, like teaching kids to read the Bible. I think that way back then, there was a colony of people. And then, the local medicine man or whatever would take, like, the most capable kid.
But it's different than school. That's more like a homeschool.
Yeah, but do you think that they had, like, an actual school where they taught that? No, I think they just, like, grabbed a kid and they're like, grabbed a kid. They just, like...
No, that's not the right kind of school. That's a different kind of school.
This isn't Catholic school. Get out of here.
Shoot, you read my mind, dude. I was going to say that, too.
Easy. No,
but I think that kind of learning right there
is way better.
That's more closer to like the homeschool
trade
format.
Schools,
life skills, right? Like you're learning by doing, hands on.
You know what's terrifying, dude? Is that like financial literacy? Like kids know about that at all. Like I didn't know about that.
That ties into my greater point. I have a point to make. Okay, if organized education began with religion, that's a form of indoctrination. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying they wanted to align the beliefs of others in a certain direction, right? So look at the public school system today, right? That's a gripe that a lot of parents have in the universities and, the colleges, the bigger colleges. We have all this political indoctrination, right? You can't deny that the influence of other people is embedded in your kids' development, during your kids' development. So when my children came home from kindergarten. I remember the day that the first week that they came home from kindergarten. That's the very first time that I heard them say the word, I can't.
Really?
I didn't teach them that word before. I didn't teach them to say I can't, because it's not a matter of can or can't. It's a matter of will or won't. Can or can't are imaginary words set up in your brain with these limitations that kill your dreams. It's not real. It's will or won't. It's not. I mean, unless you're missing a leg. But still, even then, I've seen people do some crazy stuff with one leg. Right? Like it's a matter of will or won't, not can or can't. That's my theory.
Broadly, I think you're correct.
And I think me moving around and being a transient as a kid protected me in some weird way from getting embedded in that
indoctrinated
repetitious. There were so many different teachers, so many different influences, that I didn't fall prey to that. I didn't assimilate. I didn't become part of the clique. I didn't run with a certain group. So I think my mind is free.
Free at last.
You're going to be sending your kids away to school soon.
My oldest has already started. Yeah.
He did? He's in kindergarten.
He wasn't quite old enough to start kindergarten, so we did like TK, which is like the preparatory for kindergarten.
Why don't they call
I
it
don't know,
preschool no more?
because it's not daycare.
Why are in those first 2 years of school do they call it some weird
I
ass
don't know.
name? Kindergarten.
I
What
don't
does that
know.
even mean? Kindergarten. It's so strange. Oh, now it's first grade. Your second year is actually first grade, and your third year is actually second
But
grade.
it's interesting because they started him off because he wasn't old enough to be into kindergarten, so they put him in the TK class. But then they bumped him up into the kindergarten class anyway. And I was like, "Oh, my kid's a
That's
genius!
wild.
Woohoo!" Now I'm like, I don't know if this is such a good thing though.
Well, because their minds are so
Yeah.
fresh, and there's a lot of potential there. I think for some kids, like I was supposed to skip a grade too when I got into kindergarten. They were going to bump me up to first, but then that slowly dies. I think too, like because you have to be graded on a
Mhm.
curve. You're graded amongst your peers, which I think is another thing that stifles public
Well, I
education.
heard this story about like I guess this family who had like a kid in a situation where they actually held him back like 2 years. So like by the time he was a senior in high school, he was like a 19-year-old, 20-year-old like man. Just and then like I guess like he got into like full scholarship at like a university and like did all that. And I was all, damn, dude, that's like
Get you people.
jacking the system right there. I get it. Like right on, get on you. Like I don't know if I could do it, but I
That's
heard
wild.
that story and I was like, that's interesting.
I think they have a lot more opportunities now for kids with handicaps and stuff too.
Mm,
When it comes to like the schools and public education, whereas before they would just discard some of those people. They've tailored a lot more. I think a lot more.
I remember when I was in like third grade, I would have to ride the bus to school, and I was in like the GATE program, the Gifted and Talented Education program. I don't know how I got into that.
I'm working with a genius and side by side with a genius right
I'm a
here,
fucking
people.
moron. Don't buy into the hype.
You threw it all away.
Exactly. But I remember I was like on the school bus, and I don't know why, but like the bus driver like hated me. And one day she told me that like she was like, you know what, you belong on the little blue bus.
There's a blue
special
one?
education like handicap.
That must have been extra special if it was
Well, like
blue.
the mentally handicapped.
That's like a party bus. I know you're talking about the short buses, but the blue short bus? That's like an upgrade. I would have so done that. I would have been like, heck yeah.
My mom was pissed, dude. She was like, "Are you calling my son mentally handicapped?"
Oh dang! She
I was
sent you
like,
back with a
"Oh,
note on
dude,"
your
I
shirt.
was like,
pinned to
this
your
is
shirt.
so much worse because now like this bus driver's gonna hate me even more. Like,
Hi, my
I
name's
can't wait to
Forrest.
switch schools.
My name's William. Williams.
Is this seat taken?
I would have rocked that blue bus, dude. Just like pimp my ride or
It
something.
was like I just remember that like very 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 clearly and being like at first I was like I don't know what the hell she's. I was like, oh wait a minute, what the hell? Like
It took a minute for it to click. That was your education
that
on
was
the
my
short
education
bus.
on the short bus right there.
Dude, how savage is that? She tried to insult a little kid about something he knows nothing about.
Blue bus, and I was like, oh, what the fuck? Like, no offense to any handicapped people out there at all.
You're like, okay, bus driver
Yeah,
lady.
like, shut up.
Some wild things happen on the
Oh
bus.
hell
dude.
yeah!
Remember, we would always try to tie other kids' shoes
shit.
together.
That's why I tripped, you asshole.
Sometimes I was supposed to take the bus, but I would just walk instead of take the bus. And my parents like creeped up on me and caught me a couple times. They're like, "What are you doing?" Because I just got sick of waiting for everybody. You know, I was like, "Dude, I'm just gonna walk to school. It's like 4 blocks away. I'll live." And I would just smash.
Damn, that close? And you took a bus from 4 blocks away?
That's what went through my mind, dude. That's exactly when I was like, you know, eight
Yo,
or
why the
9.
fuck
It
am I
just
waiting?
didn't
I'm
make
just gonna
sense for me,
walk.
dude.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. I was like, I'll live. No one's gonna kidnap me, but who knows? I could have.
Yeah, man, get your steps in, bro.
Maybe I was already tall, like at that point, and I don't know. I just went for it.
You're just getting your steps in,
It
dude.
was
The
not very
Fitbit.
far. And so I credited that decision on my part with the fact that I would get to the school playground earlier, because if you got there earlier before class started, you got to go to the playground. I found one morning a Magic Johnson rookie card on the basketball courts. It was a miracle. It was like, oh, but I don't have it anymore. Lost it.
You know what we found in junior high one time? We went to Pioneer.
Oh, that was a thug school.
Yeah, man, I'm so gangster. We found like I don't know why or how we saw this, but we were like out at PE outside. You remember those like breaker boxes
Yeah.
that they would have behind like some of those like portable buildings?
Uh-huh.
So on top of that, dude, there was a bunch of like Playboy magazines.
What the hell? That's so weird. That is so weird.
Yeah, it was random, but like it was like the first time I'd ever seen like pornography, and I was like,
There you go. Public school done jacked you up.
you found a card. I found pornography.
That's a weird
Weird dynamic. I don't know.
parallax.
I don't know. I can't think of the word. Get out the thesaurus.
Paradigm?
I don't think that's it. Maybe.
I need to go back to public school. I
I,
need to go back to homeschool. No. Did you ever have to retake a class?
no.
I had this particular teacher. He was a history teacher, and I won't say his name, but it starts with a P and ends with an Adderson. Remember that guy? Anyway,
Yeah.
so this guy was weird, dude. He would give extra credit for kids, like in the case of the boys, you could take your belt off and put it on your head.
What?
Yeah, he wanted to see you imitate a quail for some weird reason.
That's some like weird ass fetish thing.
It was weird, dude. For the girls, you had to put your hair in a ponytail and whirl it around, and he would give you extra credit.
What the shit?
So we would always just bag on this dude, and he would turn beet red, like. So, all the kids had a bad attitude in his class, whatever. He was a horrible teacher. One day he went running across the desk.
Public schools.
He went
Public
running
schools.
across the desk one day.
Yeah.
Just broke a bunch of desks, right? And then sent Kate to like the principal's office saying that she broke the desks.
What?
And they were like, what? She was like, I didn't break the desk.
She weighs like 90 pounds at the time.
Yeah. I don't know what the end of that story was like, but I don't know if they talked to him or not. But I had a D in his class, and the day of the final came, and I was like, hey, if I ace this final, will you pass? Can I pass and get out of your class? He's like, doesn't matter what you do. So I just wrote my name on the paper and just walked out, dude. I was like, forget this guy.
Damn.
I'm not going to do it.
Savage. Dude, I remember, like, did you ever get in trouble, like, besides that in high school? Like, did you ever get, like, sent to the principal's office or had to do detention?
No, the only trouble, well, it wasn't trouble, was the time that me and you and Kate were on a hit list. Remember that?
That was wild, dude. That was pretty weird.
We were on a hit list. There was a little string of hit lists that happened. Remember that?
Yeah, we talked about this a little bit, I think, before, like, because we went in there and it was like a bunch of like popular ass kids.
I felt esteemed. I felt like hot shit.
Yeah, it was like the captain of the football team and like, the basketball players, like the super smart valedictorians.
When they revealed why we were in the office, I was like,
Kate was like a cheerleader. And then like you and I were like, what the fuck are we doing here?
Nobody's. At first I was like, yeah, I'm so honored, like I wanted to shake the dude's hand, whoever it was.
Exactly. I was like, oh, somebody at the school knows my name?
They love me. They really love me.
They know me.
But then after that, I was like, well, why would they want to kill me? Like I'm not nobody special. Like I always treated people pretty decent. I felt like
yeah.
Then after that, my feelings.
You started thinking like, what the fuck did I do?
I think I didn't go to school just to suck up the like free day, but you guys went because you're trying to be badasses, right?
I don't remember why I went, but I definitely went. And then remember that kid, Colin
Smith, my imaginary twin.
Yeah, your imaginary twin, dude. He showed up that day in a white shirt with a target on it.
Oh, that's classic.
They immediately sent him home. I was like,
remember that time he dressed in a dress?
Oh yeah, they were pissed about that too.
Oh, they were so mad at him, dude.
Different times, dude. Different times. Think about that.
So we had PE class together, and we had everybody going. They thought we were really twin brothers. Like we had made up this big old backstory.
I can see that. You're both giants.
Yep. And his house was right there across the street.
Yeah.
And everyone just believed it. It was kind of weird. We were friends for a little bit.
Yeah, that was funny.
We had a fight club in his backyard. That was savage.
The boxing gloves?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
His dad had the first Ferrari that I'd seen. That's why I referenced it in the last episode. I think he let him drive it to prom.
I don't know. I can't.
Dances were hella awkward.
Dude, do you remember the dances like after the football games?
I never went to the ones after the football games. I usually go to the football game.
Dude, those are fun. Those are the fun ones.
That's weird.
Yeah, because they were super informal and you could...
Oh, this one time I took this gal to a dance and I guess I didn't look into it enough. It ended up being a Spanish dance. So we walked through the door.
You showed up at a quinceañera
at school, dude. And she was like, I don't want to, I was like, oh, well, maybe we could go inside, just do like one dance. It was so weird, dude.
That's funny.
I just didn't look into the flyer enough.
I think didn't you and I like end up going to a prom together? Like not together, not you and I together, but like with our dates.
Yes, we went. I think the gal that I went with was a senior, and I was like a sophomore or junior or something like that.
I think I was a junior. I think I was a junior too.
And I had no idea what I was doing, but I had fun. I still had a good time.
Yeah.
Later on, you were like, she was totally into you. I was like, what? What are you talking about?
Dude, I was so oblivious.
I was dumb.
No idea. Yeah, that whole like rumor about you getting laid on prom night, not true. Not true at all.
No, it's not.
Liars. They're all lying to you. Don't believe the media.
Don't believe Saved by the Bell.
Fake news.
Dude, a lot of crazy stuff happened in school. Now that I'm thinking
Hell
about
yeah,
it.
dude. I'm starting to think about like all these memories are coming rushing
Popping up
back
in
to
my
me.
brain.
Weird.
I focused on art classes, and I was really into church youth group, doing music and stuff. Oh, you know what? What owned my life was rollerblading.
Oh, that's right.
I
I
was
remember
super
you
into it.
always had your blades with you.
Yeah, we would go to other cities and like skate all the skate parks, and I was in good shape,
Which made you like an extra like 3 inches taller than you already are.
So all this week I've been teaching little kids how to roller skate.
Oh, really?
Yeah, at McDermott.
Cool.
It's been pretty cool.
I went to that for the first time this weekend.
What, McDermott's?
Yeah.
It's pretty rad.
I'd never been there, dude. I climbed the rock wall.
That's fun.
I got 2 of the bells.
You got the bells? I never made it up all the way.
2 of the bells.
I weigh too much, dude. I tried though. I got like 75% maybe.
I think I tried like the easiest one and then like the second hardest one, and then I tried the hardest one, and I was like, I'm just not tall enough to reach this. Like I was like, I have to jump, but it's kind of a weird sensation because like you're not gonna fall and die, but
you're telling me I weigh almost 300 pounds, dude. Like,
but there's still that like, but this could break. Like I could fall and die.
You could be the first one, huh?
Dude, yeah.
Could then be a lawsuit though, at least.
Yeah, I mean, I guess my kids would be taken care of. Like,
I know the owner guy. He's my friend.
Yeah,
he's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a cool place, man. But I got scared though, like climbing up that thing.
I'm used to being high up. I'm used to being
goes high as hell though. I was like, because I'm not like really afraid of heights, but you get up there and you're like, you feel like you're not connected. I mean, you're connected by the rope and everything.
It doesn't tug on you. It's not
it doesn't pull you up.
It's not a belay. It's not a belay.
Yeah, they're not belaying you. Yeah,
it's not a rappel.
No, it's not a rappel. So like, and then if you do let go, like if you have that split second where it feels like weightlessness.
Where you poop your pants? Yeah. School field trips.
Ooh, those are fun. Depending.
Back in our day, they did not chaperone or supervise the school field trips. Very good.
Yeah, it was like one chaperone to every like 10 kids or something.
Very loose.
And all the shit was going on at the back of the bus.
So that time that me and you snuck out, so me and Will were in choir, okay? And we were like, let's go check out these girls, Remember we had to ditch that one guy? We had a guy that was in there with us, another student. The girls didn't like him, so we had to find we made up something to get away.
I think we were like, oh, we're going to go to the vending machine or something, some bullshit.
From then on, it was Mission Impossible because the girls' room was like in a whole nother wing.
Do
you remember that at all? Like we snuck over there somehow. Nobody saw us. So that was not the only time I snuck out, dude.
Was that the one that we went that was up in Saigon?
No. Oh shoot! I forgot about that
remember that one.
I forgot about that one. No, that wasn't Saigon. It was Heartland Christian Camp.
That's right. Speaking of education.
That's not the only time I snuck out. There was other times that I would walk down into the like downtown district, like I would walk the city and stuff. Nobody would even know I was gone. Dude, that time I almost got arrested.
Yeah, that was pretty wild. We were like, dude, that was the choir trip that we went up to the Bay Area. I got one quick thing on that.
Do it.
So you said you would like sneak out and like go walk downtown, like from the high school. You would leave, like you ditch school. Because remember, our campus was a closed campus.
You know what? I didn't ditch. The only time I like flubbed a little bit on my school time was we had a funeral to go to from one of our classmates.
Oh, yeah.
And we went like, I don't know, 2 hours early. But that's the only time. I wouldn't really, if I ditched on campus. So I'd go to other teachers' classes and I'd play games like Bricky. I would go to Bricky, and we'd play golf. We played virtual golf.
I think I ditched, quote unquote, like twice. And I was coming back onto campus and I got busted coming back onto campus. I was like, what the fuck? Like, I'm in trouble for coming back? Like, you seriously? Like, and then the other time that I ditched, it was with Shannon Gridley and I, and it was the day of the Renaissance Fair. But we didn't have we're like, oh dude, we're going to sneak into the Renaissance Fair, whatever. But we didn't have like any costumes. So we went down, because
I remember that.
He and I went down to like the Salvation Army and just bought some like bullshit.
All the heads were like, what? Because we were like, what are these guys doing?
Yeah, dude, it was so janky. Oh, but no one said anything because remember it was hosted by the drama department.
Yeah.
And the drama teacher at the time like loved us.
Yeah, she was pretty cool.
So we were like, she's like, is it cool day? She's like, yeah, we'll just say you guys are peasants. We're like, hell yeah.
That was like the Woodstock of our high school years, was the Renaissance Fair.
Oh yeah, it was fun.
That was the first time like I sang in front of anybody, and that was a bitchin' moment right there.
It was fun.
Okay, so the Cozads.
Cozads.
I tried to dance with one of those sisters at the dance.
That makes sense. That tracks.
Me and Vincent Steen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we were like, "Hey, will you dance with us?" And she's like, "Come on, guys, we can't do this." She was nice. She was polite, but we tried though.
I believe it. I get it.
Okay, let's switch to homeschool kids now.
Older women.
Let's switch to homeschool stuff.
Okay.
You know, I think homeschool kids are very intelligent.
I don't know a whole lot of homeschool kids.
I do.
Okay. I would just say it's probably subjective, but
Subjective to what?
who their parents are.
True.
But I feel like a lot of people who do homeschool their kids are taking a much more proactive
Yes.
part in their
They're
role in
serious
their
about it.
education.
Yeah, they care.
Not that parents that send their kids to public schools don't care.
Well, I think society on a whole, especially in America, parents are pigeonholed into sending their kids away to public school because of the demand for tax income. Both parents usually have to work now to sustain living expenses.
Ding. Yeah.
So the government kind of forces your hand. I mean, what are you going to do? Do you have time for one parent to stay home and educate the kids, and you have to be educated yourself? Like, it's rough.
Yeah. So my mother was like a stay-at-home mom, and my father worked and supported us. You know, had a house, fence, 2-car garage, dog, all that jazz, right? And my mom was like a stay-at-home mom. If she wanted to homeschool, she probably could have, right? But now, man, like, can't afford anything with one income. There's no way.
Super hard.
Dude, like, it's impossible.
So that being said, I commend the homeschooling parents.
Heck yeah.
You're a crusader. You're fighting the good fight.
Savages.
Some people want to try to like criticize, oh, homeschool kids are weird. I don't think they're weird. I think they're different, but in a very good way. I think they have their own mind. You know, they have less like outside influence, which is good. It's very good. Like, it's good to be different. I think the only reason why some people think that they're weird and different is because it's not the same as, you know, the general public.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean it's bad.
Well, just to play devil's advocate here, though, like that again is dependent upon the parent, right? Like,
yes.
You know, because that's sort of a form of indoctrination, you know, because that's just a parent.
But by your parents, though.
Yeah, but still.
If you're going to be indoctrinated by somebody, I mean.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. Like, that's subjective to the parents, like whether the parents are like.
The majority of homeschool families that I've interacted with have been very good at like getting their kids involved in like theater, different kinds of music programs. Yeah, because how else would I have met them, right? Aside from just out and about. A lot of them are very polite. They're very advanced.
Dude, can't we bring back like that Schoolhouse Rock? You remember those? A bell is a bell. No. Oh, dude, those are awesome.
The extent of my television education was Sesame Street.
Oh, Sesame Street was the shit.
I would throw a huge fit if I didn't get to watch my Sesame Street.
Sesame Street, Mr. Rogers was
a G.
I was not into Captain Kangaroo. Fuck that guy.
I didn't know him.
Reading Rainbow with LeVar
Reading
Burton.
Rainbow.
3, 2, 1 Contact.
Geordie LaForge,
man. LeVar Burton. Can I go back to the Constitution thing?
Do a Constitution.
Constitution thing. So, my wife is going back to get her teaching credentials.
Really? Congratulations.
Yeah, man.
Congratulations.
She's excited about it. She's really, really.
She's going to whip you into shape.
Oh, dude. Yeah, like general elementary school, grammar school teacher.
Cool.
She's doing that. But, you know, she has her master's and she was able to not have to take the CSET for one thing. So she was pretty stoked about that. She doesn't have to take that test.
I thought the CSET was for like unemployed people or something.
No, the CSET is for to go and get your teaching credentials.
Oh.
Yeah. So she was stoked about that, but she found out she has to take this test about the Constitution.
But she has a master's though.
And it was kind of funny because she was talking about it.
Like, must be expired or something.
She's like, I think I have to take this class. And like, I was like, you know what? Fuck it. The Constitution doesn't mean anything anymore anyway. Like, nobody gives a shit about it. Like, if we can't even get the SCOTUS to hold up the
I
Constitution,
think it did matter, and I think it should matter.
Oh, I believe,
but
I agree.
it's not in the hands of the people.
It's absolutely not.
It's like Play-Doh in the politicians' hands. They can make it whatever the heck they want.
They can form it to however they want.
Yep. For
and that's
sure.
That's the Supreme Court that's supposed to uphold the Constitution, right? But if you can Play-Doh who gets on the Supreme Court,
it's so fluid to them. Like, do you think that they're following it? It's almost like, oh yeah, we got your best interests at heart. Like,
yeah, bullshit.
Look, we have this paper that means we're not going to abuse you. Yeah, right.
Meanwhile, the Supreme Court doesn't have a code of ethics that they have to follow. Yeah. Did you know that?
Oh gosh, I believe it. They didn't have to get public health care or whatever either, huh?
No. So, federal court judges have to follow like a code of conduct. You know what I mean? Like they do all that stuff. There's a code of ethics that they have to follow. That's like written out that they have to agree to. Supreme Court does not have a code of ethics. I think they are trying to implement one now, but they did not have one until like recently. Continue. Private schools. Sorry, I just thought it was funny that she was like, "Oh, I gotta take this test on the Constitution." I was like, "Well, no one gives a shit about it right now anyway at all. Like nobody cares."
I think
like,
you need to go back to school, dude.
Me?
But seriously though, it's.
I probably do. I probably do need to go back to school.
It's just a paper that I think the original dudes had very good intention.
I agree,
but like, there's massive oversight when it comes to our political system, our government system. Like, there's no checks and balances.
No,
there's none. That's just a facade.
I think probably Joe Rogan said it best when he's like, "You guys didn't write any new shit. Like times have changed.
They should have updated it
200 years ago." Like,
yeah, they should have made it 2.0. The first like couple decades, weren't they do like ratifying it and amending it and stuff?
Oh yeah, there's a ton of ratifications and amendments. And
when they went through the actual process of changing stuff, but now it's
all executive orders,
it's
bro.
Interpretation, yeah,
and it's all interpretation.
It's all czars.
Kind of interesting.
Cabinet people.
I'm about ready to like go and talk to ChatGPT and ask it like, how do we fix the Constitution? Maybe we'll have some good ideas for us.
I think that someday it's going to get so bad that it'll roll over and finally people will be pissed enough, because that's what happens if you look throughout civilized history. People finally revolt someday. Like,
oh hell yeah,
it's going to be a matter of time. Hopefully it's not against each other like another civil war. Hopefully it's against our oppressors and not against one another. You know,
our billionaire overlord.
Yes.
Like V for Vendetta, that movie?
Yes. But there's got to be another way. There has to be another way that's better. Like, we need to evolve. We need to adapt. We need to change, just like our bodies have and our brains have been changing, throughout the years. Our society's been changing.
Yeah, I agree.
Our technology's been changing, but our government's still been hacked.
Let's make this experiment the next time we podcast, and let's like just start asking ChatGPT stuff like this. Like, how would we fix the U.S. Constitution?
It's our third host. What would we name it? Claude Van Damme. Claude Van Damme. No, Claude's already won. Claude's already the GDP.
El Jefe.
Okay, so we've been exposed to a lot of stuff in school.
Yeah.
We've learned a lot of stuff in school. We talked about homeschoolers, a little bit about private schoolers. Did we talk about private school kids?
Yeah, I don't know. I did know some private school kids. They were cool. I mean,
there's not a lot of private school kids around, so we don't really know. So anybody wants to tell us about their private school experience, please leave us a comment.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I got a couple more things. I want to read some statistics.
All right, statistic time.
Thank you for that sound effect.
Not a problem.
Have selected student behaviors negatively impacted teacher and staff morale or learning? The percentage of public schools reporting moderate to severe negative impact from student behaviors on student learning or teacher and staff morale this year.
Yes.
All public schools, 31% for student learning. So students have negatively impacted their own behavior.
Yeah, kids are assholes.
And have they negatively impacted teacher or staff morale by 28%? In the West, it's 39%. So all the stats for education goes up in California. All the severities
I'm sure
goes up in California.
That makes sense. It's kind of funny to think about now. Like when we were in school, there was teachers who were like, "Oh man, that teacher's such an asshole." Or there's a lot of teachers that I liked, but there was definitely teachers like, "Oh, fuck that teacher. He was an asshole."
There was definitely some Chester teachers too. There's some Chesters.
Yeah. And now I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, dude, I was the asshole. No wonder that teacher hated me. You know what I mean? No wonder that teacher was an asshole to me. I was an asshole to them.
By the time you got to him, he was all bitter and
jaded as all hell.
For sure.
Like a grizzled old man.
Did you ever have Mr. Hammer?
No.
I heard, was he like the shop teacher?
That would make sense, but
Isn't that
no,
crazy?
I didn't have him.
Mr. Hammer was the shop teacher.
I didn't have him. No.
I had this one teacher in junior high, and he would give out gummy worms for like, I don't know, completed projects and stuff. Like you'd earn points and like get candy from them.
Dude, I remember, I think it was like my second grade teacher. She was like a pretty new teacher, like 1 or 2 years into teaching. And, I don't know what it was. Like she was pretty young-ish, but like whenever we got in trouble, I remember this very, very clearly, but whenever we got in trouble, like she had this weird, like habit tick thing where she would start like unbuttoning her shirt.
What the heck?
Yeah, dude, it was so crazy. Like the more pissed off and the more she would have to lecture us, the farther down she would like unbutton her shirt. Dude. Yeah, dude, it was a wild.
That is wild.
It was crazy, dude. I was like, what? But it's funny though, because like she wasn't like super attractive. Like you hear about those teachers that are like, statutory raping.
Somebody made that up.
You're like, damn, they're hot.
I never
I never saw.
No.
Yeah, but it was weird, dude. Like I remember, like we would get in trouble for something as a class, and she'd start lecturing us. And
was she sweating? Was she like
no,
sweating?
dude. It was just like a nervous habit that she would
strange.
just like start to like she would unbutton it and then button it back up, and then unbutton it and then button it back up. It was so weird. Oh no! Like she never like took her shirt off or anything like that. No, but it was like she got like 3 or 4 buttons down on occasion, depending upon like how.
There was this teacher in junior high, and he was a science teacher, and I think he lit his class on fire.
What?
Yes,
wait, the students or the classroom?
The teacher. He was known for doing like crazy wild experiments, and he lit the classroom on fire.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like he lit the kids on fire. I was like, whoa, dude.
No, not like that.
I was like, I feel like that would have been a bigger story.
Can you remember your kindergartner teacher's name?
Yes, I can.
What was it?
Mrs. Hutchinson.
Mine was Mrs. Robinson.
Oh, what? Get out of here.
So we're going to start the game.
Okay, what's the game? Trying to name our teachers?
Yes.
Damn it, you son
And beyond that, if you know any other teachers' names, okay?
Just any teachers? What are you talking about?
Yes, any teachers that you know. It could be from TV. It could be from, well, we're going to start with their own teachers. But you got to name the subject or grade that they taught. You can't just name their name. Okay? So Mrs. Robinson was my kindergarten teacher. You go.
You son of a bitch. Mrs. Hutchinson was my kindergarten teacher.
Mr. Hargis was my history teacher in 7th grade.
Hey, okay, I actually may have messed up with, it was my 3rd grade teacher. She was the one that would unbutton her shirt, I think maybe 4th, but one of those times.
But you don't remember her name?
Yeah, I do. I'm just not going to put her, I'm not going to put her on blast because I'm pretty sure she's still alive.
That's nice.
So, but my 2nd grade teacher, that was Mr. Jones. He was awesome.
Mr. Jones.
One of my favorites.
I had Mr. Brown for 6th grade, and I think he was a hippie.
Oh, a hippie?
It was at Los Robles.
Los Robles. That's where I went to school.
Uh-huh.
For my kindergarten year, yeah.
I went for 6th grade only.
Oh, bummer. Trying to think. I had, I maybe she was like 4th grade then. I don't know, dude. I can't remember. Now I'm thinking like that teacher who was unbuttoning.
I think you're mixed up.
I think I mixed it up. Yeah, I made it up. I didn't
No,
make
mixed it up.
Oh, mixed it up. Yeah. 3rd grade was Mrs. Uphoff then. Yeah, Mrs. Uphoff at Westfield.
Mr. Patterson. I had him for history my junior year in high school.
I think I had Mr. Phillips my senior year of high school. History.
Mr. Mills, art teacher.
I had Mr. Lombardi my junior high school. He was a social studies teacher. He only had one arm.
Oh yeah, there was a couple of those.
Dude, you remember that guy? I remember this one time, dude. He, like one of my friends was like being a jackass in class, dude. And he was like running around the class and Mr. Lombardi like went over and like grabbed him with his one arm and like basically like lift him up off the ground. And I was like, dude, he's like a superhuman with that one arm, dude. I was like, it must be bionic. Like it was so crazy, dude. And I remember talking to my friend about it afterwards. I was like, was he like pretty strong? He's like, dude, he is fucking jacked. Like he's so strong.
Oh, for sure.
All right, go.
Mr. Hamburg. He
Hamburg.
taught math, and he had Parkinson's disease. It was my 8th grade year.
Dude, I'm already like
Oh,
drawing
no.
no. Okay, math teacher, 7th grade, Mrs. Meehan.
Miss Meehan, that's a good one. Mr. Gray. No, Bray. Sorry. He was my PE teacher. We tried to start a male's volleyball club. A male's volleyball team, and he was like, no, we're not doing it. We were all like, we're in volleyball, Mr. Bray. And he was like, no, We're not doing it.
That's when you should have just said, but I'm a girl. I can join the girls' team. I identify.
We tried to ask him why, and he was like, I'm not going to tell you. He just didn't even tell us why. Just left us hanging.
Straight up,
He just
no.
left us hanging, dude.
He's all, fuck y'all, little bastards.
I had Miss Hase. She was our Spanish teacher. She was a white lady, and for freshman year.
7th grade history teacher, Mrs. Bellswally.
Whoa.
Yeah, she had a goatee, man.
Whoa, that's a good name.
I'm not going to tell you what her nickname was. Oh, we had a pretty good nickname for her, but it was not nice.
How about Mrs. Brown for English? She wore the velvet pants all the time.
I don't remember her.
And for some reason, the desks were too close, and she would try to walk between the desks in the velvet pants, and I just don't want to get into that right now.
Okay. Senior year, she was an English teacher, Mrs. Mills.
Oh, yeah.
She was, and Mrs. Oddstather. They co-taught it because it was the AP class.
She was a cool lady. She's probably still alive. She is a cool lady. I mean, I don't know. I know Miss Mills is. Miss Mills.
Miss Mills, I saw her a couple years ago,
yeah,
actually.
I saw her and her husband like a month ago.
Yeah. Dude, someone had told me at one point that Mr. Mills had passed away.
No.
No, I know, dude. I was like, that guy's going to live forever.
He's still rocking. He'll probably outlive Angus, I think.
Yeah, probably.
Not to curse a guy or anything, but
Their life choices.
yeah.
I don't know. I hear Angus is doing well now.
Who was that math teacher, the Asian dude? Okay, I'm going to go with Mr. Brookie. He's a choir teacher.
Oh, you cheated.
Can we name principals too or no?
Yeah, why not?
We didn't state the terms. Remember Mr. Bison?
Oh, yeah.
And he looked like a white buffalo?
Yeah, dude.
He looked like a white buffalo.
Dude, he had the beard and everything, man. He had like the slick back
His
hair.
neck was like not existed. His head just connected to his back.
Dude, and he had a sweet gray neck beard.
He did.
He was cool, though. The vice principal, Mr. Valdez, he was an asshole.
Mr. Valdez, yes. He just...
Isn't that kind of weird that like the principals are usually super cool and the vice principals are just dickheads? Yeah, regular principals like, yeah, whatever.
Mr. Ishida, that was his name. Mr. Ishida.
That's right.
Dude,
That's
we would
right.
get him rolling and he would just peanut gallery this, pack of dogs that, and he would just go and go.
French teacher, Monsieur Hernandez.
Miss Castaneda, she was a science teacher.
Band teacher, I think, was Mr. Kruko.
Oh, you cheated.
What do you mean I cheated?
You didn't cheat. I did choir.
Yeah.
Mr. Estrada, Spanish teacher in high school.
Eric?
No. No.
I didn't take Spanish. I took French because I'm an idiot. I
Are
should have
we-
taken Spanish.
Yeah. Are we done with the game? I'm
No,
trying
dude.
to
No.
rack my brain. I'm trying to rack my brain.
No. I've got plenty more. Mr. Vanny was the PE teacher.
Oh, and he was a bronze medalist,
Mhm.
Olympian wrestler guy.
Mr. Patina was the grounds teacher guy.
Wasn't Mr. Cruz the football teacher?
Oh,
I feel bad. I don't remember more teachers' names.
I'm just trying to like look through my
It's a brain fart.
yearbook in my head right now.
Teachers are good. Teachers are real
Teachers
good.
are good. I had a lot of really good teachers. I had Mr. Glarty, freshman year English.
Mrs. Williams. She was my art teacher in 7th grade. Oh, who's my cooking teacher? Miss Cooksey.
Shut up. No way.
But she wasn't my cooking
You're
teacher.
like, her last name was
But
Betty
there was a
Crocker.
teacher named Miss Cooksey, but I didn't even have her class. So it doesn't matter.
You're just making shit up now. You can
Yeah. Okay, so do we know any other teachers? Probably not, because we're actually asking ourselves.
I'm trying to think. Saved by the Bell, Mr. Belding.
Oh, dang. You dropped a hammer on me. Why would we watch other kids go to school? How stupid would that be?
I don't know, but I wanted to be like Zach Morris when I was a kid.
I did not.
Dude, he's so cool.
The only thing I wanted was his VCR cell phone.
The VCR cell phone. What? Oh, the giant cell phone. Yeah.
Hey, go down the hall and dial the numbers for me.
He had to carry it in a backpack.
I thought that the lottery was supposed to be funding our public schools.
I think that was like kind of a scam,
I think so too.
Ponzi scheme or something. I don't know. Some of it does, but I think by and large it does not.
Who regulates the lottery? Does anybody? Nobody tells them who has to be the winner and who doesn't.
Yeah, how do we know we're not all just being scammed?
It's true. We are.
Jerks.
We just assume we are.
Mm-hmm. Part of the Matrix, bro.
I feel like I've gotten a great deal of education from YouTube.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I
learned a
there's a
lot from YouTube.
lot of things that I learned.
When I was little, my mom got me a set of encyclopedias, the Funkin' Wagnalls, and I used to look through those sons of guns. Some of the pages were burnt because I was just like flipping through them.
I learned righty tighty, lefty loosey from YouTube. No, I'm just kidding.
I learned how to tie my shoes from YouTube.
No, I've learned a lot from YouTube actually. Like, I don't know. Like I said, I think we talked about this last time. Like small town living, you got to know a little bit about a lot of things, like on your house, right? Like when you're doing work on your house.
Yep.
I don't know how many times have I gone to YouTube and be like, how do I replace my water heater? Like, it's usually pretty easy. But
Well, there's some steps you got to get right. I mean, should we bring Levi in?
yeah, we can bring in Levi.
I think you're going to be the antagonist because
I got to be the antagonist.
sometimes he doesn't work. It doesn't. You're going to be the garlic press.
I don't know if that's a better analogy or not. Rolling. Yeah, don't mess it up, dude. Dude, and I was talking. I didn't even tell you my bird story earlier. No, it's kind of weird telling it to myself right now. I'm sitting in this room by myself. So weird. Anyway, I gotta tell you all, I did not keep my promise. I did not go and do an open mic at the Well Comedy Club in March. I'm sorry. I'm disappointed in myself. I know you're disappointed in me too. I will get out there at some point, but I just started a new job. It's gonna probably take up a lot of my time, so bear with me. I will get down there, and the Well is moving locations. I'm hoping they're going to like move to downtown Bakersfield instead of like out on the outskirts. So I want them to try and get a little bit more foot traffic. Go check out the Well Comedy Club when they reopen. Follow them online, social medias, all that stuff. X, formerly known as Twitter, Elon Muskated. Here's Levi. Story time with Levi. How you doing?
Good. I don't even know what I'm doing here.
Good start. We're talking about education, public education. You're in a public school, right?
Yeah.
How's that going?
Terrible.
What grade are you in?
Freshman.
You're a freshman? Oh, congratulations. What school?
Harmony Magnet Academy.
Oh, the fancy one. That's exciting.
Mm-hmm. Too fancy.
Too fancy?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know, but Strathmore High School is definitely way easier than it, for sure. I see all my friends that go to Strathmore, they're like, we don't even have homework. I'm like, what? How do you not have homework?
Hey man, that just means you're challenging yourself. That's not a bad thing. You know, the brain is a muscle, and every time you work it out, it gets stronger. So, and every time you do homework, it's stronger. So that's good. That's good. I'm excited for you, but it's terrible though. What makes it terrible?
I mean, have you ever used Pythagorean theorem in your whole entire life? Have you ever used Pythagorean theorem as an adult to do something useful?
I believe I probably have. Remind me of the Pythagorean theorem again.
A squared plus B squared plus C squared.
A squared plus B squared plus C squared or equals C squared? Yeah, I've definitely used it then, for sure.
For
because,
what?
Well, I worked on a farm and I was trying to find the distance between point A and point C by using point B while I was like building or trying to plot something out. So yeah, I've used the Pythagorean theorem.
I can't see any use of it. Like, it's just some of the stuff I would just look up on my phone.
And that makes a lot of sense. I mean, yeah.
Like, if I'm just growing up at
Google's amazing.
2 plus 2? Oh, let me write it out real quick. No, I don't need to write it out. Like, that's also something they do now. You have to explain what you're doing now. You have to show your work.
Yeah, man.
Which makes sense, yeah. But it's also just
tedious, right? Well, you got like a supercomputer in your pocket now. You've got a cell phone that tell you anything, calculate anything. Yeah. So I've got a question. Are you pretty familiar with financial literacy?
Like stuff to do with money?
Yeah, like managing your own finances and like knowing what credit cards and like APR and APY and all that stuff means.
Oh yeah, I know it. Like credit cards are pretty bad.
They can be for sure, but unfortunately,
get a lot of debt, but everybody has them because you need a credit score.
Always pay off your credit cards. Don't spend more than you can pay off in 1 month. I'm just gonna give you that little nugget of advice. Oh hell yeah! Sorry, excuse my language. Your dad's not here though, so that's okay. Yeah, no, I would. Yeah, don't put more on your credit card than you can pay off at the end of the month. My biggest.
Every single day, my dad's just like, "Don't get a credit card. Don't get one.
You get
a debit card, but don't get a credit card."
I mean, yeah, until you're like ready and you have a job. Like, I wouldn't get a credit card. But at this point, like, we're in such a weird like financial situation as a country. Like, you almost need a credit card because you need credit in order to do things. Like, you need credit in order to get like a cell phone plan that's not your parents. You need credit to, buy a car, or you need credit to not that anybody can afford a house now, but you need credit to try and get a loan for anything. So, but yeah, don't get a credit card until you're ready for it. Many years. Anyway, back to school. What junior high did you go to?
Sequoia Middle School.
Sequoia Middle School. That wasn't even middle school here when I was in.
Yeah, it's pretty new. It's 2006, 2004 was when it came out. What's interesting is actually it was supposed to be Harmony Magnet Academy. So the campus of Sequoia Middle School and Harmony Magnet Academy are exactly the same.
So it's the same location.
No, not same location, but they're built the same.
Oh,
Sequoia
they're
Middle
built.
School is in Porterville.
You're talking about the buildings, or
Yeah.
okay.
They both look the same, except Harmony is a little bit bigger. But the campus layout and everything is the same. Like the music is in the same exact place as Sequoia and stuff. All the classes are in the exact same place. So it wasn't really hard for me moving from Sequoia Middle School to Harmony. But I mean, obviously there were some, different things. Like in middle school, dude, you can get away with having whatever grades you want. I'm not gonna lie. You can have 40s and 1C, and there'd be like 2 weeks left till graduation nowadays, and you could just do 6 missing assignments, and then like you can do all the extra assignments, and then bang, you'll have
Still pass.
all A's. Yeah, it's crazy. I had pretty good grades in middle school. Like I graduated with like a 3.2, which is pretty good.
Pretty good, yeah, for sure.
But like 4 weeks before school ended, I had like 3 D's, but I only had 2 D's. But I brought them up pretty easily. Middle school was not that hard. Middle school was pretty freaking easy.
Yeah, we were talking about this earlier. Like with high school, I feel like you have to put in more work to fail than you do to pass. Like almost. I don't know. Maybe it's different with your fancy school.
PE is... I don't get how people have C's in PE.
No kidding.
All you have to do is wear like shorts or joggers. You really just have to wear joggers. That's like what I wear to school normally, and I already have an A. I have 99.5% in PE. That should be normal.
To be fair, like the locker room is a little weird in high school, for sure.
Nah, it's not. It's
No?
I mean, it is, but for some people, maybe 2 or 3 people, but like it's not that bad. I mean, you just have to change. It's not that bad.
Okay, I'm going to ask you one last question though. If you could change something like about your high school experience so far, like what would you want to change about it?
I don't know. I can't think right now.
Okay, no worries.
I think probably trying my best to do all my assignments instead of just some, which a lot of people do in high school.
See, I wish we would have had the internet when we were in high school.
Gosh, everything you do now in high school, you have to do with the internet. You have to use
That makes sense. Yeah.
all the assignments and stuff.
Oh man, yeah. Think about like how much research we had to go to a library, check out the book, use the Dewey Decimal System, all that stuff. Like kids these days will never have to do that. They can, but they won't have to.
We still have to read a book.
Well, I would hope you would read a book. Come on.
We still have to read a book, but I mean, like,
do they still have textbooks, or is everything on like a tablet?
yeah.
Do you have like digital textbook?
If we use a textbook, it's definitely not online. But most of the assignments that we do are online, and instead of writing stuff, we type stuff, all of that. But I mean, there is definitely...
Oh, that's where I
some
would
textbooks.
fail. I can't type. I do the chicken pecking.
I don't do it how you're supposed to, but I still type fast the way that I
Oh,
do.
you criminal.
My max is like 66 words per minute.
How many words per minute? You type 90 words per minute?
Yeah.
Do you type the
Yeah.
school way or your way?
The right way. Like I took a typing class, dude. I could type QWERTY.
Pretty. So if we put a page from a book up in front of you, you'd be able to type it at 90 words per minute just by reading off it.
I don't know about copying, but I could definitely do it. I could do it like written stream, like
Oh, stream of consciousness?
yes.
Okay.
Cheating.
Yeah, that's still pretty damn good though. 90. That's pretty fast.
Cheating.
But thankfully with all these programs now, like most of them like autocorrect for you anyway. So I want to see the program like the old school. Let's get you on a typewriter, like a real typewriter. Do 90 words per minute on that. There we go.
You have to
Yes.
Like lift your fingers.
That's
so
going to make
much.
for some intriguing, very, very intriguing podcasting. Just hearing the click, 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 click. All right. Anyway, thank you, Levi. I appreciate your time.
Yay!
I want to hear more about it at some point, though.
I don't even know what I was doing over here.
You did good. That'll do.
All right, guys. We're going to sign off.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
Please follow, like, subscribe, comment, share it.
Share it. Share it with anybody. Who cares? I mean, somebody you know probably has an hour that they could waste.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
We're over the molehill. Yeah, high five.
High five.
We're over the 3-episode molehill. Help us grow a little bit, you know? Like, if we get to 20 and we're still going, we're going to tattoo this on our butt cheeks.
What? I didn't agree to this. I'll get a tattoo. I'm not.
Not a Slippery Tropes?
Dude, have you?
If we make $5, will you get a Slippery Tropes tattoo?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I'm not putting it on my ass.
Somebody
though.
sent $5 to us.
No, I'm not putting it on my
You
ass.
put it on
though.
your neck,
No, dude.
on your nipple, on your areolas.
No. Maybe on my ribs or something, like a small one.
Write in some suggestions to us if you'd like to see us get a tattoo and what physical location.
See, because then, like, if I had to get it on my butt cheek, I'd have to shave my butt cheek. I don't want to do that.
That sounds nice.
No, dude. No.
You can find Slippery Tropes on Apple Podcast, Transistor, Spotify, Podcast Junkies, all the major platforms, people.
Whole new meaning to slippery tropes. Sorry. Anyway, continue.
All right, guys.
Much love, everybody.
Goodbye, puppy. You're not going to say goodbye, bitches? Like
No,
we do?
I'm-
Later,
I'm-
bitches?
Later, bitches.
Later, bitches.
Much love.
Later, what are we going to call our people? Slipperies? Slippery nipples?
Call them tropers.
Tropers. Tropies.
Tropers. I like tropers.
Slip.
Because it sounds like troopers.
Slip tip?
Slip tip. It sounds like troopers, like Starship Troopers.